Now this one is really for Neil, Mary, and I'm reading it, Neil, because I'm not sure what this guy's talking about.
Okay.
Okay? And this is from Nick Sazfransky. You think that's right? Sazfransky, right? Sazfransky.
Look, if you start pronouncing names correctly, then we won't know what to do with you. Pronounce it however you want, and that's your thing now.
That's my thing. I don't.
Could be Zafransky. I don't know.
Zafransky, right?
Zafransky.
Okay, here we go.
I don't know.
This is what he says. I'm a young sci-fi writer and fantasy. I'm currently working on a hard science fiction book. My question is, how much do we understand, here's the thing, Neil, exotic particles? What, if any, effect they do have on the human body? And then he says, if you could put a blurb about my book, I'd really appreciate it. Yeah, so I don't think I'm going to do the blurb about the book, but...
Well, I think I have a way to link this back to Mary, but we have the portfolio of particles that exist, that have been measured. They have names, they have masses, they have, energies in different states and this sort of thing, and half-lives. And so some particles just go straight through you, like neutrinos.
Right.
Billions go through you every square centimeter every second from the sun, and they do nothing to us. They don't interact. What matters is if they interact with you. That's the difference. Okay? And if they interact, they could do damage. And so this is so if you want to weaponize a particle, you would make some kind of device that contains particles that will interact with your body in some way, mess with your DNA, mess with your skin, mess with whatever, and then that becomes a weaponized ray gun, basically.
So you make the particles a delivery system for some type of debilitation.
Correct. Now, we do this for electromagnetic energy. So there's a movable microwave device, which is it's a non-lethal anti-personnel weapon.
Right.
It's non-lethal. So if there's a crowd of people, you drive up this truck, you aim this antenna at the people, and it's like you just put them all in a microwave oven.
Now, do you first get them to hold a burrito?
No, so they can eat it on the way. So
And you got to take the wrapper off.
exactly. So what happens is their skin starts feeling hot, and they want to go out of the beam.
So they scatter.
They scatter. So this is how you can decentralize what might be a mob that's coming. Is there any discussion in the military about weapons, the effect of weapons on people that are not just guns, your traditional?
Well, there was, not in this book, but one of my previous books, there was Infrasound. I don't know which book this was even about. There was this...
She's got so many books, she don't remember which book that was in that she wrote.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's badass, actually.
That's pretty badass. It's in some book that I wrote somewhere. I believe I said.
So what you all do is like buy them all.
Buy them all, lay them out, she can point to it.
And you let me know.
That's it. You buy them all.
Exactly.
Right.
So yeah, but Infrasound, there was this talk about that the military was looking for a non-lethal weapon. I think it was. Supposedly it would. It was infrasound, and it was like long, slow waves.
Low frequency waves.
Frequency, and that it would have the same resonant frequency as some of the internal organs. So it would create fear, nausea, terror. But yeah, it never.
This is like in Jurassic Park.
Never went anywhere.
When T-Rex.
Yeah.
Like the liquid in the...
Yes.
Right, and you see the vibration in the liquid in the glass.
Right.
That type of deal.
Yeah, like they would launch a ball of infrasound. But anyway, I could never find it.
That'd be a knob. There'd be T-Rex would be one of the settings.
Right.
Yeah.
By the way, the military doesn't have to look for that. We already have it. It's called One Direction.
Yeah.
They're a boy band.
Well, there was some concern about, NASA had concerns about, because the engines were putting in a launch, they would be putting out tremendous amounts of infrasound, and they were afraid they were going to deliver jelly to the moon, that it was so that intense. But I think as it turned out, it wasn't.
But in fact, they do have what they call a sound abatement system, and before every launch, in the seconds before they ignite the engine, you see this, basically a swimming pool's worth of water dumped onto the launch pad. And the water absorbs the acoustic reverberations. That's right. They were worried that the acoustic reverberations would just completely tear apart the entire bottom half of the rocket.
Right, like the singer with the glass breaking, shattering.
Yeah, exactly, yes. Yeah. Except now, so what they do is they put in the water, that absorbs the energy, and that way the energy doesn't hit the rocket again. So next time, watch very closely every single launch. And they're big tanks surrounding launch pads. They're water tanks. bada bing, and then the vibrations hit, it vaporizes the water. So some of the smoke you see coming out is steam, basically.
That's cool.
Vaporized by the energy, the acoustic energy of vibration.
That's amazing.
Give me one more question.
By the way,
Amazing.
that is the exact sound that it makes when the water is dumped. Bada bing.
Bada bing.